Friedman Adventures.
Woo!
Pegasus. What's up, guys?
God,
We been?
man, killing them.
We're real busy here, Phil. We're tied up. We'll check in later. Fresh one on deck there. Look at that. Check in later. Oh, right there. Woo! Right here, brother.
Yeah. Pegasus. Do it.
Hey, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. I can't thank the tens of thousands of you who keep coming back to the channel every single day. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me here this morning and throughout the day as Friedman Adventures continues to monitor the bite here in Southern California and Northern Baja and elsewhere around this big, beautiful world of ours. Hit that like button, subscribe, share these videos, and tick that bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Hey, it is really a gorgeous morning. It's feeling like summertime. The sun is out, the fishies are playing, and how about that lead-in from the Pegasus? What a night bite they had last night. Jacob Barclay is the best on board the Pegasus, providing us with some of that action. So for some of us who can't get out there, can still have that vicarious thrill. And it was thrilling on the deck of the Pegasus. They're up over 80 bluefin tuna so far. So we'll be covering that. We're going to talk Channel Islands, Catalina Island, the rest of our local areas, the local bite, and so much more. You know what time it is, my friends. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning to you all. Oh, is that good? Good morning. Hope you are having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever it is you like to have with your morning briefing update. It's good to be with you. There's a lot of people here on the beach, and it's a gorgeous, beautiful morning. A nice night to take the kids Grunion hunting tonight. I think we're on the third night of our Grunion run, so it's a great time, a spectacle of nature, as I like to say, when all those little fishies come up on the beach to do their thing. And man, I'll tell you, you should get out. It seems like it's going to be a gorgeous night for that. All right. Hey, I've got some albacore news for you, and that is a commercial boat by the name of Allison F. I have his lat long numbers where he was fishing yesterday. He had 30 albacore, 9 to 12 pounds. Now, before you get too excited, I didn't lay it out on a chart quite yet. I'll do that today, a little bit later. It looks like it's up to around Point Conception and way out to the west, like maybe 500 miles, 700 miles, something like that. I have to lay it out. I didn't lay it out. I could kind of tell from the lat longs about where it was. I may even be off on that. It's pretty far from home. So I can make a case from that, man, the fish are north again. Forget it. We're not going to get them. Or, hey, they're starting to show up. Maybe they show up there. Maybe they show up down this way. But he did have 30 confirmed albacore, 9 to 12 pounders. Those of you who have been in the albacore game for decades like me know that normally in a good year that small fish shows up first. So some reason for optimism. I'm telling you, the albacore live, and they are going to make their appearance this year in SoCal. That's our prediction. We're sticking with it. Conditions remain perfect for that kind of a thing. All right, San Diego bluefin tuna. Great night last night on the Pegasus. Great 3-day trip. Everybody on board is having such a wonderful time with 80 plus fish, and they just caught a gorgeous fish right now at sunrise. So they're having a spectacular trip. It is not, however, for everybody. It is still very hit and miss on the bluefin tuna. Some days you get them, and many times most boats do not, at least recently. But we continue to get this good sign. In fact, Jacob on board the Pegasus told me, what a sign, what a signal in the daytime. So much bluefin tuna. But we literally have to braille bait and braille bait. Braille meaning throw a net full of bait for those of you who are new to the game. Braille so much bait to get those things to stay with us. And most of the time, they're just not interested. So tremendous volume of fish. And that speaks well for the future, bodes well for the future, because you got to see them before you catch them. Sometimes conditions are off. Sometimes bluefin are bluefin. Sometimes they just don't want to bite. But if you have that kind of volume around, and they do, they are seeing a lot of fish, one of these days, when the water gets a little bit warmer, I surmise, it's going to turn on and really, really bite. You can see on the deck of the Pegasus, there was some awfully nice fish there. I'm going to call the greater fish that most of the guys are seeing, including the Polaris Supreme and several other guys, about 30 to 100 plus pounds right now. So you definitely need that 2-speed reel with 100 to 130 pound on it. I love a 60 to 80 pound rod to go along with it. You can throw cold snipers and fish sinker rig bait fishing during the daytime. And something like a 40 pound is what most guys are calling for to fly line with. I'd even have a 25 pound. If you're a good fisherman and you know how to pull on a fish with 25, you can do quite well. And in case you run into some bonita or kelp patty yellows, you want to play around with a little bit lighter. But these guys are recommending 40, and they know a hell of a lot more than yours truly. They're out there every single day, so I would take their recommendation. Polaris Supreme, 2-day trip, 60 bluefin tuna, 40 to 110 pound class, seeing tons of fish. The most effective way to take them on that trip, 40 pound fly line bait in the daytime. At night, around a 300 gram jig. SK jigs working really well. Rip rollers, knife jigs, you pick it. You got your favorite, go ahead and fish with it, and you can get the job done. There were several boats that had really slow fishing also. Didn't get the job done. But again, I'm very optimistic with all of that fish that we've got around down there in San Diego. It's going to get going here very, very soon. By the way, I just got a note about a power outage around some of the San Diego landings, Seaforth in particular, and they are unable to accept phone calls this morning. Hopefully that'll get rectified really, really soon. So if you're having trouble getting through to one of the landings, there is a power outage down there in that neck of the woods. The one-day boys, and I'm talking about boys that leave in the morning, get back in the afternoon, some of them with some exceptional kelp patty yellowtail fishing. A lot of that big bonita, the San Diego yesterday, full day trip out of Seaforth Sport Fishing with 109 on the bonita. They're big, they fight hard, and I know you've heard that they're not good to eat, and it's all baloney. It's all about how you take care of the fish, and if you take care of bonito, man, they are so good. Sashimi bonita is as good as any other type of fish that you will ever sample. You have to take my word for it. I mean, I ate it back when I was 10 years old out of Redondo that way, and it is glorious. You're going to love it. Kelp patty yellows down there in San Diego, not for everybody. Got to find that lucky kelp, and if you do, it's mostly 5 to 10 pound yellowtail, a few 12, 15 pounders also mixed in there. They will bite a surface iron, a yo-yo iron, but most of the time you're going to want a fly line with 25 pound and choose a really good hot bait. That will make all the difference in the world to you. Now, as we take a look around and look at some of the islands like Catalina and San Clemente and other areas, we are seeing some really excellent fishing. The Pride and my friend Sean Roberts, he does such a great job. Out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California, 21 white sea bass on their most recent 2-day trip, and nice ones up to over 40 pounds, I believe. And the yellows they had, 5 of them, gorgeous fish, 30, 35 pound forkies. Man, those are gorgeous big yellowtail. You have got to love that. And of course, copious amounts of colorful and fine and delicious eating rockfish. I always have to throw that in. I love rock fishing, by the way. Nice trip there on the Pride. The Fury out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing out there, probably San Clemente Island. Guys are having a little bit of trouble getting back to Tanner Bank right now, where the weather's up a little bit out there in that neck of the woods. We have a breezy week right now, but the Fury had a great trip. They ended up with 11 yellowtail and some bonita to go along with that. Thunderbird out of Davies Locker with 11 yellowtail, mostly fish in the 8 to 15 pound class. Those Clemente fish bite the yo-yo iron at times, but mostly now the surface iron and a fly line hot sardine seems to be the ticket. They also had a halibut on board there. Blackfish, 7 yellowtail, some bonita out of Davies Locker, so not bad at all. Some pretty decent fishing going on, and we just keep moving into summer now. We're into summer chronologically. In terms of our oceanography, we're still way behind. Water's much cooler this year than it has been, and that not as having a detrimental effect on fishing. It's just presenting us with a different season, one that will manifest itself later and later and later. When you get into deep summer, it's going to be some good bluefin tuna fishing. I'm hoping some albies are going to be around. And then also you're going to see some hellacious white sea bass scores. And then as we get the effects of the El Nino, who knows? We're going to get tropical and subtropical, yellowfin tuna, dorado, all kinds of great stuff. It really is going to be a fantastic year. It's just slow to start. So be patient, everybody. Taking a look at Catalina Island. There's some hits on the yellows out there going on. Pursuit, Native Sun out of 22nd Street Landing. There's occasional halibut and white sea bass. A little pick at the Bonita going on. Patriot had 3 yellows, and Bonita out there. One of their yellows was over 30 pounds. You want to fish a little bit lighter stuff when fishing those yellows. Now you have those grade, the big yellow. So if you're fishing 15 pound, you're gonna have your hands full. You can land it on 15 pound, but 20 pound probably is the best way to go. Choose a good hot bait. Fish fluorocarbon, www.optionusa.com. Put in FA at checkout. Greg Brown will come to your house and give you a hug and a kiss, and he'll send you a free gift. So keep that in mind. Cat, not bad at all. All right, let's take a look also at the situation along the coast. More and more barracuda continue to show up. It's got to be a barracuda explosion heading our way here very, very soon. I would think it's imminent, but it has yet to really manifest itself. Had some good hits on barracuda down there in Baja. We've had them up there in the Channel Islands and strewn all between. So bring your surface iron and be ready to catch the gar one of these days. Hopefully it's going to turn on. Scoping, very good fishing for that, and some rockfish around town. That's still going on and been quite good here recently. So you get to bring home some nice table fare, that is for sure. Up in the Channel Islands, we have a rare trip on board the Endeavor. They don't run very many open party trips, but on Thursday, June the 22nd, they are going to run a trip there on board the Endeavor out of Ventura Harbor, sport fishing. And of course, they've been doing quite well. They're dealing with some breezy conditions up there, but Tucker McCombs and the folks at Ventura Harbor sport fishing are second to none. 805-676-3474. The Californian, the old Matt Walsh, he runs on every single day catching rockfish locally, but on Sundays, kids fish free. Kids 12 years and under with a paid adult will go for free on that rig. And the Island Spirit up there, Cody Rogers. I got to get up and see my buddy here pretty soon. They do a great job there. So up there in that neck of the woods, we've been seeing some decent hits on the sea bass from time to time. Island Fox the other day had 17 white sea bass. There's still that going on, but they're dealing with this breezy weather right now, and that has curtailed things. And don't forget, the Endeavor just the other day had a couple of white sea bass, followed by the Ranger 85 catching. I'm sorry, a couple of bluefin tuna, and the Ranger 85 had a BFT. Yeah, I mean, that bluefin just seems to be everywhere. So pretty decent fishing. Levi Miller was on board the Seabiscuit and raved about Bobby Valney and crew. Bobby's a great guy, does a great job on the Seabiscuit. Had a nice halibut on that trip. Again, sea bass, halibut, tons of rockfish for the most part. A little bit breezy up there in that neck of the woods. Coral Sea, limits of rockfish up there out of Santa Barbara. Stardust doing really good also. Mitchell Herget is a fantastic guy. Loves fishing the pier and introducing people to sport fishing, and he was doing his thing. He was recently out with Michael Limon and his grandfather Dan Lightfoot, and accomplished a great feat. They caught their first legal halibut. Michael Limon did, and that was fantastic. Michael and his brother. Great job, Mitchell. Love you, and I hope to see you on Thursday. All right, my friends, we are continuing to watch it very, very closely. We've already got a short update up on that Pegasus bite last night. Fabulous. Can it kick into gear today? Of course it can. We're going to watch that very closely. I'll check out that albacore catch. That's very interesting. Starting to get some noise on albies now, and hopefully that door is going to open up and they're going to flood in here, and that barracuda also going to do its thing. Once again, I cannot thank the tens of thousands of you coming to the channel every single day now. We are growing exponentially, all thanks to you, and I deeply, deeply appreciate it. All right, my friends, have a great day. Barracuda, albacore, bluefin, all kinds of fun stuff going on here in Southern California and Baja California. I'll keep my eyes on it, and I can't thank you enough. Take care, have a great day, and I hope to see you really, really soon.